First and foremost, we'd like to begin this video by giving all glory, all honor, all praise unto Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, giving double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who do well. To the 144,000 men, we say Shalom, and to the hopefully elect men, women, and children who will be shown grace in this time, we do say Shalom. Right. There's the brother Hananiah. There's the brother Isaiah. And tonight I should say, we just bring in some clarification here about who the world is in John chapter 3 verse 16. Because people seem to think it's everybody. That's bullshit. We'll start this off from reading from John chapter 3 and verse 10. And Yahushai answered and said unto him, Art thou a master of Israel, and knowest not these things? Verily, verily, I say unto thee, we speak that we do know, and testify that we have seen, and ye receive not our witness. If I have told you earthly things, and ye believe not, how shall ye believe if I tell you of heavenly things? And no man hath ascended up to heaven, but he that came down from heaven, who is the Son of Man which is in heaven. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life. For power so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Now, what we want to clarify here is that, or we want to bring to the fore is that Yahushai saving the world is likened unto Moses lifting up the serpent in the wilderness. Now, we want to go to that, because the world in that sense will be likened unto whoever Moses lifted up the serpent for in the wilderness. We go into the book of Numbers, it's chapter 21 and verse 8. Book of Numbers, chapter 21 and verse 8. And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass, and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in Oboth. Now, what shall I say? Anybody who look it upon the Son of Man and believe it on him will have everlasting life. For the most I say, anybody who look it upon the fiery serpent that is lifted up will have everlasting life. Who was looking upon the serpent? The Israelites. Who gonna be looking upon the Most High Son when he get lifted up, or when he was lifted up? The Israelites. To have everlasting life and to save the world. So you see, the people here who they're talking about in Numbers and the people they're talking about in John 3:16 is the exact same people. There's no difference here. Just refer to them as Israelites here and refer to them as the world here, as sure the scriptures was referred to as different things. It wasn't always referred to as the same thing.
Now we're gonna go into that word world. For this we're going to use the blue letter. Right, there is the word world in the blue letter.
Strong's G 2889. Cosmos.
World means cosmos. Now, going to the outline of the biblical usage. and I'll just get to the point. There is a ninth meaning: any aggregate or general collection of particulars of any sort. A. The Gentiles as contrasted to the Jews in Romans. A. The Gentiles as contrasted to the Jews. But using the meaning here, any aggregate or general collection of particulars in any sort. We want to go into that word aggregate. The word aggregate is a whole formed by combining several separate elements. In this case, who we're talking about here is who? The Israelites. Or a general collection. And the particulars you want to go into here, the word particular, we want to go into that as well. It says what? Used to single out an individual member of a specific group or class. Now, the singling out here at the individual member would be Israel, and the specific group or class would be the what? The other nations on the planet, the other 17 nations on the planet, on the earth. Now, they're supposed to say what? The word what they was using, the context in which they use the word here, it referring to what? The Israelites. The general collection of the particulars. To hammer home this, we go to Exodus chapter 19, verse 46. Is Exodus chapter 19, verse 4. Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto who? The children of Israel. So, one thing it is how to realize here. When people reading things like John 3:16, especially Christian faith and the sects of the Christian faith, like the Pentecostal, the Presbyterians, the Anglicans, all them shit. They just bring these things and then create a whole new prophecy based on one precept, or cut current prophecy based on one precept. But you have to understand this. The Bible doesn't contradict each other and contradict itself. This one line here in John 3:16 could never change the fact that the world to the Most High is Israel. Them want to use the John 3:16 to say that anybody in the world is who Yahweh shall die for, but that's not lining up with prophecy. You gotta understand this. When you're bringing precepts and pulling them from the Bible, you can't make your own narratives. You can't say, well, this referring to the whole world all throughout any other part of the Bible. He don't care about anybody other than Israel. And the word to him is Israel. What we're going to hear now, Psalms chapter 135 and verse 4. In Psalms chapter 135, verse 4, for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had chosen Jacob unto himself, and Israel for his peculiar treasure. Read it right in the MLT. For Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had chosen Jacob for himself, Israel for his own special treasure. So, all throughout the scripture, using that one line there to cut prophecy, it ain't making no sense. The Bible will contradict itself. And we go to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. The Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai thy power. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. So what these people will be talking about when they're saying everybody, this Christian, this pussy old auction, this fucking everybody's everybody and kumbaya and fucking forgive this one and forgive that one. That not making sense. You Most High is not a forgiving person unto anybody but Israel. This not making sense. How you could freaking undo doctrine just because you want to freaking join everybody to the Most High? That making no sense. You don't have the power to do that. Let me continue. This is what verse 7. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people. For ye were the fewest people, for ye were the fewest of all people. But because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai loved you, and because he will keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, had Yahweh Bashem Yahushai brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. So what these people talking about? He never do this with nobody else. Oh, he could just forget all of that now. Like the man at Alzheimer's. He could forget. That's why it's funny, yeah? Because, he could forget all of that now to come and say, alright, he said he boy. This wee boy. I don't want to say, he said he top shot, like right hand man. He sent him to save what, everybody? So you want to tell me the Most High unjust? All this shit everybody do to be on the planet and the face of the earth, all them could just sit down and say, well, I believe in you and blase blandize it? And making no sense, dog.
Now, somebody go say, Salakia for all the noise you're saying in the background, eh?
Yes, I care about that.
But somebody go come and say this and be like, alright, pick Israel, but I know in the scriptures refer to Israel as the world, and to that we say bullshit. Salakia. To that the book says bullshit, thus said the Lord. The book of Second Ezra. The book of Second Ezra. Go to the Apocrypha. For if fuckers who like the Apocrypha, go to the Apocrypha. Book of Second Ezra, chapter 6. I'm going to verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world. Like that done they telling you one time. He picking Israel and fuck Esau. They go say, well, he love the whole world and he love everybody, but he just now say Esau is the end of the world. And Jacob is it that big say, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it.
Wait, we know like two people there too. The world, one is the end of it, one is the beginning of it. So he does make mention of people being worlds. But we want to drive home now that the world to him is Israel.
Right. And the world that you love is Israel. The book of Psalms. For a men who like all your Psalms, you know, the Psalms, so they keep Satan away. Never hear Christian pull this yet, eh? The book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob. When he do this, you get this in Exodus chapter 24. So, not Genesis. Exodus chapter 24 and verse 1. And he said unto Masha, come up unto the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, thou and Aaron and Nadab and Abihu and 70 of the elders of Yashala, and worship ye afar off. Of who? Yashala. If I don't know, that is Israel. And Masha alone shall come up near the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but they shall not come nigh, neither shall the people go up with him. And Masha came and told the people of the words of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had said, we will do. Who he get this to? Israel. Going back to Psalms chapter 147 and verse 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
I'm now going over some people head. They were saying they were? He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation. So what he's saying is what? Israel is not a nation. If he give it to people, and he knows he never gave it to no nation, who he give it to? The world. You give it to Israel, who's Israeli fucking world to ye? But don't worry, we are more for you. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It had this precept in Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not speedily. It is fully set within the hearts of the sons of men, who is the rest of the world. The sons of men is the other 17 nations on the planet. We have a video for that today. The sons of men is the other 17 nations on the planet. What? It is fully set within them to do what? Evil. Why? Because ye judgments not against them. But who you know say he give you judgments to? The one nation, which is the world. Now nation, the top shaggers. There we go.
Are we going to Genesis chapter 35 and verse 10? Now man go say, well, they go say, well, Jacob. It's not Israel. Because that's some people keep thinking, well. The people in the land right now are Israel. It's Israel. But them is cunts. Is anybody who come from this guy named Jacob? Who's Jacob? The book of Genesis chapter 35 and verse 10. Now he got this blessing earlier. But men go come and say, well, a man give that the Mosai give. Even the Mosai gave it. And the Mosai Yahweh said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. So, to anyone of you fuckers who want to say, well, the people in the land are Israel right now is Israel, and because you're in the land, you from this, is bullshit. You have a video coming for that too, because I explain Genesis 49. That's how we know we is Israelites and them is not. But that's our next video. Now, we're going again. The book of Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, 45, and verse 17. Highlight it here for your fuckers. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai with an everlasting salvation. He shall not be ashamed nor confounded. Now this means the people and the descendants as well. Okay, so I can read context, assholes. Nor confounded, world without end. We know like can we there too? The world. We say he shall save Israel and then we say about the world shall not be confounded without end. What he change his subject are we talking about? But a man go civilize everybody because so now we come and say in verse 22, look unto me and be ye saved all the ends of the earth, for I am power, there is none else.
Look unto me and be ye what?
Saved.
What? Who had to look unto what in the wilderness to be saved? Who had to look unto the serpent staff and be saved in the wilderness? Who had to look unto Yahweh Shai and be saved? Maybe not me, we know it just mean look unto, you know, you have to follow his statutes, the commandments, you have to preach and teach his word, but you know what I mean? Reading it verbatim, waiting, who had to look unto who? Yeah. Israelites, or the world, had to look unto the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and be what? Saved.
They just modest a crack on your back. There's wisdom and Solomon. Next apocrypha verse for your fuckers. The book of wisdom and Solomon, Salakia. It's verse 18. I'm starting chapter 18, I'm starting verse 3. Instead whereof thou gavest them a burning pillar of fire, both to be a guide of the unknown journey and a harmless sun to entertain them honorably. For they were worthy to be deprived of the light and imprisoned in darkness, who had kept thy sons shut up. These Egyptians here. By whom the uncorrupt light of the law was given was to be given unto the world. What?
Who was this uncorrupt light of the law to be? Who was this uncorrupt light of the law to be given to? Yahweh Shai. Okay, so at that point in time was the commandments, but what? It was Yahweh Shai. Who they say they give it unto the world? Who was this given unto? Which is Exodus 13.
The book of Exodus, chapter 13. We start at verse 18. But power led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel, keep that in your mind here, because I might forget this real quick. Keep that in mind, yeah? The children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, Power will surely visit you, and he shall carry up my bones away hence with you. And they took their journey from Succoth, and encamped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them by the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. Now, our next video will explain what this pillar is, but for now, wait, say here. He say you can get the worldly pillar here, and then he compare the world side, and then he say who the world is here? Israel. The subject can change in a man.
So you get the pillar to the world and wisdom and Shalama, and who you get the pillar to in Exodus? Israel is the word. Or you can't get this. But
that's our next point on in our previous video we do. In our previous video we do Sons of God video. But Salakia, we didn't do that, but and one for whereas they would not believe anything, they was on Salakia. It was on enchantment 18 and 13. For whereas they would not believe anything by reason of their enchantments upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledge these people to be what? The sons of God. Who are they talking about? That is the Israelites. Case or no angels in this case. That is the Israelites they're talking about.
now some people go say, well, what about Romans 9 and 4? What about Romans 9 and 4? What about the adoption we were through Yahweh Shai? Well, you go say Jesus Christ, so Jesus could allow that, but I know Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and love and fuck you, but Jesus could allow that. Well, Jesus allows everybody, come on, kumbaya. Go and sing on rainbows and shit, but or you want to say, well, we could get adopted, why we can't get adopted? I'm to the adoption, all that we can be one. I'm to all these assholes, are you racist? Yeah, racist. Most high racist who vex laws. It's something I can't understand with all that. How you could sit down here and see justification? Cause, or you ain't gonna say justification, or you gonna say, oh, you're standing against racism. But when people do racist things, nobody do nothing. Especially when they done to Israelites, mainly Judah, Benjamin, Levi, you know, the dark skinned Israelites, the ones who look like niggers. When racism done to them, unjust treatment is given unto them, nobody do say nothing. So how you could see justice in a man doing something, well, men, the sons of men, doing wickedness to the sons of God on the earth, and say, I know you're racist, especially, well, in Trinidad, we just experience it from the Edomites. In America, they would experience it from the Edomites. And we could experience it from a lot, sometimes even from your own people, some Spanish people, they sit down here and say they don't like Judah, Benjamin, and Levi because of dark skin. But what you could sit down and see justification for that, because you don't do nothing more than talk. And they have a problem with doing from mankind doing it, but the Most High, who ways we can understand. How you say no, you and see it have a problem with he having favoritism? Eh? If he makes some vessels for honor and dishonor, who is you to say otherwise? Eh? Well, let me get into this adoption thing. There's Romans chapter 4. Salakia, Romans chapter 9 and verse 4. Who are the Israelites to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of power, and the promises? Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning flesh, came Hamashiach, who is over all, power blessed forever. Amen. Let me read that in the NLT. They are the people of Israel, chosen to be Power's adopted children. Power revealed his glory to them. He made covenants with them and gave his law. He gave them privilege of worshiping him and receiving his wonderful promises. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are their ancestors, and Hamashiach himself was an Israelite as far as his human nature is concerned. And he is power, the one who rules over everything and is worthy of eternal praise. What am I saying here? The Israelites is the ones whom pertained the adoption. We want to get them words. We want to get two words where you understand here. Pertain it and adoption. For that, we go into the online etymology. For pertain it. Is the online etymology for pertain. To be attached legally, to belong to. That is it. Pertain it. Who does this promise pertain to? Who does it belong to? Yes, now we go into the word adoption. We go get that in the blue letter and the online etymology. Is the word adoption. Adoptions and sons. That relationship which power was what? Pleased to establish between himself and who? The Israelites. In what? Preference to all other nations. How is what the adoption is? When you hear yourself, who is the adoption? Who is the ones to be adopted? This was referring to what? At this point in time, it had Israelites scattered abroad, right? In Greece, in Rome, in Ephesians, all these places, right? The adoption was pertaining to what? Because the Jews at the time were the ones who did maintain the heritage of being an Israelite, keeping the Passover, claiming they keeping the commandments, like the Sabbath, all of them things. Them was doing that, but then it had what? Jews and Israelites who wasn't keeping that but was living abroad. The adoption of the Gentiles, as we commonly refer to them as well. The Gentiles are the most famous one they talk about. The Gentiles is the ones who they were talking about this adoption pertaining to. The ones who wasn't living as Israelites, what? Through grace, they was given a chance to come back and what? Be a part of the heritage again. That is what we living out today. Because we not in the land. We never grew up keeping the commandments. We never even grew up praising Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But what? Through grace and faith, we were given what? A chance to be adopted unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The adoption already take place. You see, you're in catching? The adoption already happened. You go to Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 7.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 32, I'm reading from verse 7. Remember the days of old, meaning the old ways. Consider the years of many generations, meaning generations before you. Ask thy father, Mosai, and his son, and he will shew thee, thy elders, meaning the old Akim and them, and they will tell you. When the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, meaning from the line of Seth, because fuck Cain, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of children of Israel. For the Lord's portion, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's portion, is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land and in a waste, howling wilderness. He led him about, he instructed him, he kept him as the apple of his eye. We get that in the NLT real quick. If anybody will understand what the big man now say there. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, going from verse 7. We read from 9 in the NLT. For the people of Israel belong to the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Jacob is his special possession. So whoever come from Jacob, and Jacob belong to the Most High. case why assholes and fucking. I don't understand this anyway, you know. How the hell I telling you that Jake and you ain't happy to hear that? How the hell I tell you that Jake and you happy to hear? Yeah, will shy and all say if you tell the people at Sodom and Gomorrah this, do I repent for the sins long time? You tell that Jake this today and he fucking laughing at you. You have a big brother inside him. You trying to tell you something and he just like a fucking cunt. But fuck he. They were standing there and he found them in a desert land in an empty howling wasteland. This one was in the wilderness after I'd leave Egypt. He surrounded them and watched over them. He guarded them as he would guard his own eyes. So we see Apple and the Most High. He love we more than he love anybody. Well, he love we. I'll keep it at that. He love we. He hate fucky so. That's just to add that point in there, you know, fucky so. When you could add that point, fucky so.
Now, some people go say, well, I'll use an analogy, a bike. Say it have a bike shop, right? Most of you walk in bike shop with your shy. Bike your shy have is as well. And this bike just fucking up. Wheels broke off. Fucking every time you ride down the street with the bike, the wheels just wobbling, the brakes ain't working no more. Yeah, that bike ain't good no more. So you go into the bike shop now with all these other bikes. The Elamite bike, the Edomite bike, the Magog bike, the Ashkenaz bike, all these other bikes. The Canaanite bike, but nobody even watching that because that bike don't have a seat. I'm like, man. Some people go say, well, why you can't just go? Let me say, yeah, you change your mind. You change your mind and you choose side up. You could change your mind and choose side up. Anybody else? Well, the adoption don't take place. And we do. Isaiah 14:1. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For Yahweh Basham Yahushai will have mercy on who? Jacob. And will yet choose who? Israel. And set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. When you now say that, he go yet choose Jacob. He will have mercy on Israel. What are you talking about? It are no change in his mind. The adoption don't take place. Is Israel he choose? He don't adopt Israel. We talking about. We go to the book of Sirach 17:17.
And one other point I have to make too, them strangers they're talking about is like foreigners. Israelite foreigners. You explain that in another video, but for now them strangers are just Israelite foreigners. Them no fucking Edomite, no fucking more. Fuck them. In the book of Sirach chapter 17 and verse 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth he set a ruler over every people, but Yasharallah is the Lord Yahweh Basham Yahushai's portion. Whom being his firstborn he nourished with discipline, and giving him the light of his love, do it not forsaken.
So you see here what? He not going to forsake him. He chooses well. There's no change in that. That was the adoption, that was the day. Let me finish this point here, hammer home this point. Ephesians chapter 1, going from verses 1. Paul, an apostle of Yahushai HaMashiach, by the will of Yahweh, to the saints which are at Ephesus, and to the faithful in HaMashiach Yahushai. Grace be to you and peace from our power, our Father Yahweh, and from the Lord Yahushai HaMashiach. Blessed be the power and the Father of our Lord Yahushai HaMashiach, who hath blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in HaMashiach, according as he had chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto what? The adoption of children by Yahushai HaMashiach to himself, according to what? The good pleasure of his will. That is it. the adoption is for one people and one people alone. And he already chose them. Guess who it is? Guess who it is? And with that, we like to give all glory, all honor, all praise unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Mukakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders, a great millstone for pushing this doctrine in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the elect. Shalom. Shalom.